It's match day 2 in the Champions League group stages, and it's coming quick on Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's jump right in to 2 different parlays, one from Tuesday and one on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I'm starting it with Copenhagen and Bayern Munich. The Bundesliga champions are actually third in Germany after drawing 2-2 with Leipzig on the weekend, but they're still undefeated this season at 4-2-0, scoring 20 goals and allowing just 6. They beat Manchester United 4-3 in Germany in match day 1. Now they travel to Denmark to face Superliga leaders Copenhagen, who are 7-1-3. Copenhagen, they drew 2-2 with Galatasaray in match day 1, but they did lose defender Elias Jelhert to a red card, who will be missing for this game. They were up 2-0, but they conceded twice after taking that red card. Now, despite being first in Denmark, Copenhagen have allowed 13 goals in their 10 games. This is the 6th most amongst the 12 teams, so the defense is only very average in the Danish league despite being the top team. I don't see them holding up any better against Bayern. Bayern should win. They're 32-3-0 in their past 35 Champions League group stage games, so they have not lost in a long time in the group stage. But you also get a little bit better odds just taking Bayern to score over 1.5 goals, which I think they can do. Bayern always score, and I don't see a 1-0 scoreline in this game. So I'm going to go Bayern over 1.5 to start off this parlay. Next up, I'm going Inter Milan and Benfica. Now, it's first in Serie A, meeting second in the Portuguese league. Inter are 6-0-1. They've scored 19. They've allowed 3. Benfica, they're also 6-0-1. They've scored 17, and they've allowed 7. On match day 1, Inter drew 1-1 away to Sociedad, and Benfica lost at home 2-0 to Salzburg and saw a red card to center back Antonio Silva, so he will be missing out here as well. These teams met in the Champions League quarterfinals earlier this year in the last campaign. Inter won 2-0 in Portugal, and the teams drew 3-3 in Italy. Benfica, they don't lose often, but on the road in their league, they've conceded in all 4 games this season, and that's against teams like Portimonense, Vizela, Gil Vicente, Boa Vista, and they've conceded in the final 2 road games of last season as well, so it's been a while since they've kept a clean sheet when they're not at home. Now, home and away in any competition, Inter Milan have scored in 21 of 22, only failing to do so against City in the Champions League final. So let's go Inter to score here. And the third leg will be Lens and Arsenal. Arsenal are rolling in the EPL. They're one of 2 undefeated teams left, the other being Tottenham, and they are tied in second right now with Tottenham at 5-2-0. They've scored 15 and they've allowed just 6 goals. It was a huge accomplishment to qualify for the Champions League for Lens this year after 21 years, but they have lost some players in the offseason, and they've struggled in League One this year so far at 2-1-4, sitting in 15th. They have won their last 2 though, and that was after a 1-1 draw with Sevilla on match day 1. Arsenal, meanwhile, they blew out Dutch side PSV 4-0 on match day 1 themselves. This is a huge mismatch on paper, but the Lens home crowd should give them a lift for this huge match, as they haven't been in the competition in a long time. Arsenal, they haven't lost one game in all competitions going back to last year, nor failed to score. They should win, score, or at bare minimum draw. They do have Saka doubtful, and they do have Manchester City coming up this weekend, so they may not put all their energy into trying to blow out this team from France. So let's just be safe and go Arsenal double chance. That's the win or the draw. So this parlay comes in at Arsenal double chance, Inter Milan to score, and Bayern Munich to score over 1.5 goals at -138. Moving on to Wednesday, and it's an all Group G parlay, and starting with the 2 big hitters in this division, RB Leipzig and Man City. This is another matchup that we saw last season. These teams drew 1-1 in Germany, but then Manchester United smashed Leipzig 7-0 in England when they played in the round of 16. They also met in 21-22 season in the group stage, with Manchester City winning 6-3 in England and Leipzig winning 2-1 in Germany. This season, both teams won 3-1 on match day 1, City 3-1 at home over Red Star, and Leipzig 3-1 on the road in Switzerland to Young Boys. Domestically, both have started strong. City is first in the EPL once again. However, they did drop a surprise 2-1 road result to lowly Wolves on Friday. Very unexpected there. Now, meanwhile, Leipzig are 5th in the Bundesliga. They're 4-1-1, and they just drew Bayern 2-2 on Friday after being up 2-0. So that was a good start for them, but they couldn't hold on to it there. Now, Leipzig, Lois Apenga is 6th in the league scoring with 4 goals and 2 assists, while Erling Haaland is again leading the Golden Boot race in the EPL. He has 8 goals and 1 assist there. Now, for me, this looks like both teams to score, especially with the game being in Germany. And if you look back at some of the recent games between these teams, Leipzig, especially at home, usually can get on the score sheet. Manchester City is always a good bet to get on the score sheet, so let's go both teams to score there. Now, that by itself could be about -150, and it could be good enough. But just if we want to get this up to even money, I've added one more, and it's Red Star and Young Boys. Now, Red Star won 1-0 on the weekend in the Super League in Serbia. They're currently third at 6-0-2. Now, that low-scoring game, though, was very rare for them. Prior to that, they had seen 2 or more goals in 21 plus all competitions, but that includes a long preseason. If you take out the preseason, it still happened in 14 games prior to that 1-0 score. Now, even if we look at just games from this season, 8 in Serbia and 1 in the Champions League, their scores so far, starting in the summer, it was 5-0, 4-0, 4-1, 3-0, 3-2, 2-1, 2-1, 3-1, and then finally that 1-0. Young Boys, they're second in the Swiss Super League at 5-2-1, and they also won 1-0 in their last game, and that is also a rare score line for them. They have seen under 1.5 goals, so less than 2 goals hitting in 4 of their past 8, though. But if you look at their past 41 games in all competitions, if you want to throw the preseason in there as well, under 1.5 goals has only occurred 4 times in those past 41. Now, if you take out the preseason, which is fair to do, it still only happened 4 times in the past 35 games, so still a good sample size. In the Champions League in 2019, these teams met up and they drew 1-1 and 2-2. They also played way back in 2004 in the Champions League as well. It was a 2-2 draw and a 3-0 Red Star win. Now, those are older stats, so don't mean much now, but it's just a little history that does show some goals when these teams play. I'm just going to go over 1.5. I don't know who's going to win here, but hopefully we'll get a goal from each, or 2-0 or more from 2-0 or 2-1, 3-0 from these teams combining. So let's go Red Star and Young Boys over 1.5. Both teams to score with Manchester City and Red Bull Leipzig, and that will come in a plus 105. Okay, that's it for this round. It's one parlay from each day like I did last week. If you want more soccer picks and Champions League picks, give this video the thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel for more soccer picks and drop me your best Champions League picks for this round in the comments below. Good luck this weekend, everybody, with all of your bets.